Hello and welcome, my fellow investigators. This is Watch Us Lose, the game where we are trying to play every great old one in Fantasy Flight Games, Eldritch Horror. Joining me this week in our attempt to defeat Atlach-Natcha is Eric, I think. Eric, are you here?
Well, I hear you, so I am at least partially here. Which, I mean, let's be honest, just being able to hear is the most important part. No one needs to hear what I have to say after all. And apparently you didn't. Do you hear me?
No, we were just being silly. We do hear you. Back at the table is Len. Hey, Len, how are you?
Hey, Rob. Good. Happy to be back. Ready to get abused by this game again. I have to give a shout out to you. I love the graphics on the stream. I like the background and the clouds. I'm down with it. Very impressed.
Thank you very much. I'm having a lot of fun putting this together. And I think I'm allowed to use most all the graphics I've been acquiring, so let's go with that.
Asterisk.
And you've also heard right there Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So what were your thoughts on returning to the game from last week?
I'm a little concerned about Roland's despair. And he just really wants the clue in the ocean. That's why he's in despair. It's got to be.
He's been searching.
Yeah, you did have a little rough time getting that, or I guess you haven't even gotten it yet. But who knows? This might be fourth turn's the magic charm?
I think so.
All right, so we're going up against Atlach-Natcha, the Dreamweaver. This time around, all we have to do is go and have some encounters at these gates, and when that happens, some lang spiders are going to come and attack us. We just have to beat them up a little bit, do 4 points of damage to them as a total, and then we can move on. I'm sure that won't be hard, right?
There's one big thing you left out, Rob. In Antarctica.
Well,
you'll get there. Okay.
No. I was just trying to be positive.
Okay.
But yes, we do have a rumor in play, which is transported to how do we say this? Hiades. And again, it's really straightforward. We just have to get somebody with 2 clues to show up to Antarctica, find some herds of Byakhee, make an observation -1 test, spend 2 of those clues. You know, we can certainly do that before those 3 Eldritch tokens go away, 1 on each reckoning phase. Yeah, this is going to be fine. Just because there are not a lot of clues on the board or near Joe, who is the closest to Antarctica. And, you know, just because if this goes bad, we're gonna lose 2 health and sanity each, impair a skill of our choice, gain an injury, a madness, and a bane condition. I mean, that's not the worst thing that could happen to us in a game, right?
No, we've had much worse.
Yes, we've had all of our characters die.
There you go.
Exactly.
It's
no worse than that. Remember that perspective before? Now we look to the bright side. This is nothing.
That was not the bright side. That sucked. I don't want to do that again. In fact, I specifically said after that happened is let's never do that again, and we're doing it again. I just but sure.
All right. Who wants to be our lead investigator?
Not it.
All right, I'll be it.
Okay.
Albeit, and I don't know what I'm gonna be doing because I don't have. I need. Okay, so over here in our asset reserve, Len, you were kind of looking to get that rifle, weren't you?
Well, I mean, it's going to be 2 turns before I do anyway. But I don't know what everybody else has for weapons. Is everybody pretty much weaponed up? It does not have to go to me.
I've got nothing combat oriented.
So if you want to take it, because you're in better position to take it. Someone's going to have to get to Rome at some point, and they've got to have some firepower. So
yeah.
Especially because we're probably going to get a gate burst. So there's going to be even more things on that. So.
Yeah. All right. So my first action of the 2 is going to move from Shanghai to Space 17. My second action is going to be... Okay. So when I move, when you perform a travel action, you may roll 1 die on a 5 or 6 discard hunted. So let's do that. And that's a 5.
Nice.
All right. Then I am going to go shopping. Take an acquire asset action, rolling 2 dice. I get no successes. So I'm going to go into debt and get the rifle. Now,
are you going to? Oh yeah, go ahead.
because of
I'm curious.
Because of the prelude, instead of putting a regular item in here, we could put another unique asset. I think cycling through the regular stuff to keep getting some weapons and things out is the better idea. Does anyone want to talk me out of it?
It's your call. I think. See, there are times I like to play this game less smart because it's fun. Getting all of these unique assets are fun, but may end up killing us all. So.
Well, and on top of that, there is one in the market, right? So if somebody wants it, they can get it. It takes multiple actions to get it because you need resources.
Right.
So it's like, you don't clog everything up.
All right, so I'm going to restock it. And we got some kerosene. May discard this card to gain +5 during a combat encounter. All right.
If you got kerosene and dynamite, you could really take something out.
All right.
2/5 damage and +5. Wow.
That's me, Joe.
Joe is boring. He's going to focus because I don't want to botch this research roll, which I might. And he's going out to space 12. You guys got to figure out how to get a clue out to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to do this.
Roland could. He could pop over to you. You could trade and then go to Antarctica because Roland's only 2 spaces away.
Yeah, but Roland also doesn't have a clue yet.
Oh, Roland might. He's sitting on one though. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, you were not here last game.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have no idea.
I think the power of the chili is going to actually lead Roland to getting a clue. So that's my prediction.
All right. He had his special chili today.
Yeah.
He's ready to go.
How about Agatha?
Agatha's going to take a fairly simple turn. She's going to move on to this cultist.
Ooh.
And she's going to take her passive action, which allows me to perform an action on a ritual or tome I have and gain +2 lore during that action. So I'm going to use Call the Storm, choose a monster on my space, test lore -1. That'll make the lore +1, so 6 dice. If I pass, this cultist with barely any health is going to lose 3. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Well, I passed. And when I pass, as part of a spell effect, I gain a clue. So let's do that. And let's see how badly it hurts me. Struck by a piece of flying debris, lose a health. Okay. But now I know if I use this every other monster would lose 2 health. That's like having walking dynamite almost. That's pretty good. All right, so Agatha loses another health, but we lose the cultist, so that's a good thing.
All right.
Okay. Laura, I don't want to tell you what to do, but you do have the power to generate clues.
I do have the power to generate clues. I'm happy to do that because it's not one of my actions. It's just a thing I can do every turn.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, it's your turn.
All right. Well, I guess I will spawn a clue.
Well, I don't know if you saw that.
This game actively tries to hurt me. I swear. I swear it knows. It knows what will annoy me. Let's put a clue on the space he just moved off of. He could have just sat there.
All
Well,
right.
you get a clue on the space that you're onto. Since,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
right, so
that was fun.
That's part 1. And then I get to take 2 actions. So I think I would like to focus because we actually want to get the clue that's on my space. So let me find the little focus thingers. Where are they? Is that them? Yeah, that's them. There we go. And then I'm a little worried about my despair condition. So unless everyone is like, no, Laura, don't do that, I'd like to rest and see if we can get that moving.
Don't listen to us either way. You want to rest, you rest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to do some self-care. And that restores 1 health. It doesn't restore any sanity, even if I were missing some because of this condition. And because I have rested, I get to flip this card. So let's see what we got. Never-ending suffering. The agony of living in such a cruel world is a fate worse than death. At every waking moment, you think only of putting an end to your miserable existence. Will -1. If you pass, discard this card. If you fail, gain 1 injury condition and flip this card. Oh, golly. All right, so my will is 3, and it's will -1, so I'm going to roll 2.
I'm really glad that I chose not to run this game when I was doing it.
What's that, Rob?
I'm glad that I chose not to run this game when I was doing my support group board gaming things that work.
Oh, good.
might not be a trauma-informed board game.
Why would you ever?
I'm joking. I wouldn't.
This is drama. I need a support group afterwards.
So I think for these, none of my things help me with my will. Yeah, unless it's the headstrong thing, right? No, that's for sanity. Nope. Yep. So, okay. So all I get to do is roll 2 cards or roll 2 dice. Okay.
And use your focus if you want, which might be better.
But you don't need to.
That's how you do it.
Nice.
All right. So I no longer have a despair condition. I've conquered my problems.
All right.
Let's just go. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. We throw bad cards away.
Yeah. Into the vortex.
It is far more satisfying.
Okay. So I think that is my turn. Done 2 things.
All right. So Rob, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I am here in the city, a nameless 17 city in India. So generic city encounter.
Generic city land. A local festival gives you a chance to speak with the city's denizens. Test influence.
Test influence. So I have nothing to help me with my influence. Last time I did this.
Except for the fact that you're blessed.
Well, yeah. And I needed it rolling that 4.
If you pass, they are delighted by you and want to share what they know. Gain 1 talent condition.
Ooh. All right, 1, 2, 3. I am practiced.
Nice.
1 per round.
Oh, that's a good one.
You may roll 1 additional die when resolving a test. If you fail that test, flip this card.
God, that's such a good combo with blessed.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you doing a research?
Research at sea.
Search at sea. You search the heaps of charred bodies on a wrecked ship for anything useful. Test observation -1. Oh my god, I hope you pass this. My favorite weapon. Yes!
I pass.
Ooh.
If you pass, you find what you think is the source of destruction. Gain the lightning gun artifact. Oh, but it doesn't give you the clue that you want.
It doesn't give me the clue.
So,
Okay.
can I point out a good thing about that, though? Because now, since you didn't win this clue anyways, you might as well go back to Buenos Aires.
Maybe. I mean,
Okay.
it depends. No, if Laura's coming down, I might as well stick where I am and focus and do stuff like that.
Here you go. Have a
Well,
lightning gun.
I don't know. We'll see. No, yeah. You're right.
That
Lightning guns.
That thing is beautiful. Oh,
That is powerful.
+6 dice. I mean, come on, right?
That is powerful.
Or for an
All
action,
right.
you and each monster in space lose 1 health. That's not bad either. All right.
All right.
Where's
Generic
Agatha?
City. Generic city for Agatha.
Laura, that's you.
Laura, if you're talking, I can't hear you. Can anyone hear me?
I
can
can
hear
hear
Len.
you. Yep,
There
yep.
you go.
Okay. So the generic city encounter is the local Silver Twilight Lodge is under investigation by the police. The lodge members will gladly contribute their magic to your cause in exchange for a favor. You may gain an agreement condition to gain 1 boon condition.
Yes, yes, and yes again.
Len had to get this card. It's not even a
Let's
question.
go.
When giving this card to Len, just take the may out of it. There's not even a point.
Exactly.
You may.
I get an agreement. And we'll do 1, 2, 3. That's not a boon, so we'll just keep shuffling. Boom. Nope. Come on, where are the boons? Come on, Blast, where? Damn it, it's Living Link! I don't want Living Link!
Not that Living Link is bad.
It's not bad when I'm not buffed up with lots of weapons. and
Right.
things, So,
All right. And where is Roland is also on a mystery.
Yep. Another ocean,
research
ocean
card.
mystery.
Let's have it be a better one. Giant spiders hang on invisible threads in the sky, dutifully weaving something you cannot see. You attempt to disrupt their task. Test lore.
Why are these always lore? Why can't they ever be observation? All right.
All right.
Okay, guess I'm gonna focus one of those, right?
Would make sense.
Yep. Okay. Awesome.
yes.
Ah.
That was the one we... That was the one we...
If you fail, they manage to complete their work. Spawn 1 gate.
Well, that'll help us get to the mystery.
Yeah. All
Let's
right.
look to the bright side.
Laura, why don't you push the spawn gate button?
Oh, is that new?
Ah!
What the
my.
hell was that?
Roland, just buried by
Roland
the gate.
having a bad day.
What the hell was that?
Oh, okay.
A gate spawned underneath him, and his world exploded.
Damn, Roland.
So now we've got a goat spawn there, which isn't. Well, they're a little nasty, but Roland can handle it, I'm sure.
I'm sure. He is both resilient and headstrong.
That is true.
Oh,
Which he
this is
needed
bad,
after
that's-
being sent flying into Dallas or something.
This being a red gate is bad.
All right. Well, speaking of bad, we got us a Mythos card coming up here. All right, but maybe not a horrible one. So first thing that happens is the Omen track moves.
Oh, the Omen track moves. That's right. It's not bad. That's great.
Well,
God.
it's not great.
Well, we don't want monster surges on the 2 reds. I'd rather
And there
spawn
are
a
no
gate.
blue gates.
Yeah.
So that helps. However, we get a monster surge. Since there are no blue gates for the monsters to come out of, we're going to spawn another gate in Tokyo. And then we're going to spawn 2 clues. I don't know the best way to do this. So one in that horrible cul-de-sac up at space 13. And the other at that other horrible cul-de-sac at space 9. So I hope we didn't want any of those clues. To everyone else, it is simply an unimpressive curiosity, but you know that it's special. You know that it's the most important thing to ever happen to you. And now that you have it, you'll never let it go again. Unhealthy fascination. The lead investigator gains 1 asset of his choice from the reserve, then he loses sanity equal to its value.
Okay. So, how does that work for the Canoptic Jar?
It has a cost of a value of 1.
Okay.
But so does
Thank you.
kerosene.
So does kerosene. Kerosene is very good at fighting things.
So did a gate open near me? Not near enough.
I can work my way to Tokyo.
All right. So between
Well,
the
keep in mind, we still have the charter flight that allows us to move 2 spaces.
yeah. All right. So I'm gonna take the kerosene.
Good.
That brings my sanity to a 5. All right. And then we'll restock with Forbidden Secrets. All right. And that was that. So, who wants to be the next lead investigator?
I'll do it
All right.
because my turn is boring. I am pulling a Roland and sitting on this clue, and I will focus, and I will get a resource, because that's what I can do when I'm standing still. I could also rest. Not going to do that quite yet.
Yeah.
And that is the end of my turn.
Agatha is going to have a similarly boring turn as well. She is going to move to Istanbul. As much as I'd love to get assets, because that's what I do, I think I'm going to rest, try to get rid of this head injury, because if that head injury thing comes up, it's going to be bad. So I rest, I don't get sanity, I do get health, and I can roll a die on a 4, 5, or 6. Please. Oh, it's a 4, yes.
4. Nice.
Okay, good. That was bothering.
All right. Where is Agatha gonna go?
Agatha is then going to work her way this way eventually towards Tokyo. Unless it's easier for you to go to Tokyo and I...
So with
Yeah,
the
why don't we
charter
do that?
flight, I can get to either of them. With a train, I could get to Rome.
You know what? I think the reason I was thinking it was better for me to go to Tokyo, I can be the backup option if these guys can never get clues and I can get down to Antarctica.
All right.
Ye of little faith.
Well,
Ye of noticing patterns.
never a bad thing to have a plan D, you know?
All right. So the reason I asked that question is because unless you had a different idea, Laura, I would like to grab that charter flight on your turn.
That works
Well-
for me.
But wait a minute. The only thing I'll say about that is, I mean, if we're worried about Antarctica, shouldn't we save that just in case we have to like make a desperate move? Or are you?
Wait,
convinced
you
that
said you could get to Rome with the train. Why?
Right, because I'm confused. Never mind. Because I was still thinking about the other one.
Okay, that's okay.
Yep. Never mind. Ignore me. Laura, it's your turn.
Okay, so I still do two things unrelated to the monster and gate that are on here. Is that accurate? Or
Yes.
can I? Okay.
You
Yeah,
cannot
but-
rest.
Oh.
You cannot acquire assets, but you were at sea.
Right.
So you can focus and acquire resources, and that's it. I think that's it. Or
Or-
you can use your agency secrets and stuff like that.
Right, you could use anything that says action, like the agency secrets, the Chicha Halat.
Oh,
Oh, I like that idea.
that's
Um,
convenient.
how many health does my goat spawn have?
2.
Oh, I could kill him right now.
You could kill him right now for the cost of a sanity, which is, I mean,
If I pass the lure test, which hasn't been going so well.
yeah,
um,
that's true.
So first up, let's focus, right? Because
Right.
that can't hurt. Do that. And we might as well try to get rid of the angry goat man. So let's test my lure, which is 2. Here we go. Yep. Okay. And then I wouldn't be able to get the clue that's there anyway, right? So I might as well use my focus, or
You will
you
have
can
to
choose.
encounter the goat spawn, but then you either have a gate encounter or a research encounter of your choice. So you
I imagine
could.
you guys want me to close the gate, though, right?
We don't have good advice on it.
Oh, I was muted because I do have good advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, you would have a combat encounter with the goat spawn, and if you succeed at that, you could encounter the clue. And you've got your mouser, so you'd be rolling 5 dice modified by. Yeah, so you'd be rolling 3 dice. I don't know.
Well, here's
I
what,
think I've got a good chance against the goat. I just don't know then what I do subsequently with
Right.
the gate or the clue.
well, I'm
Yes.
gonna chime in and say do the gate, because if you do the gate, that lets you face off against a Lang Spider, which is what our mystery is.
Right.
True.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And then what's the condition for closing the gate? I forget. Sorry.
You
It's-
do an
It
encounter.
varies.
Oh, okay. It's on.
You get a card, and it can say all kinds of crazy stuff. Usually lore, which sucks, but it can be anything. Sometimes it's strength. It's anything.
Okay. All right. So I've used my 2 actions for my turn, and I can do the optional thing, right, of spawning a clue.
Yes.
You guys want? Yeah.
Yep.
Can't hurt, right?
Ooh.
There we go.
Okay. Oh well, yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Len, did you go?
Yeah, I just went and rested.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't gone.
Oh, okay. And you're gonna run over to Rome? Are you muted?
I'm
I muted?
I'm making
No.
sure. I'm making sure that if I go to Rome, I'm not going to completely regret it. What are my stats? 4 and 5. This is going to be close, but you know what? We got to do something. So my first action will be to prepare for travel, taking a train ticket. And then I'm going to move from 17 to Istanbul. Hello. And then spend that ticket to come to Rome. And fall over. And fall over. All right. So now we get to have our encounters.
Okay. Another C research encounter.
All right, we're gonna do this time. Well, actually, you did it last time, so we're gonna
I did
do
it last
again.
time, yes.
Without warning, one of the other passengers leaps on your back and tries to bite your exposed skin because you are topless on the boat. A cultist monster ambushes you.
Okay. So occultist monster. I don't think we need to take it out.
No. You just
There's no sanity check,
right?
Nope.
and so it's just strength.
Yep, just
and
the strength.
My strength is 6 plus 2 plus an additional die, so that's 6. So it's 9 dice, but I don't have 9 dice. I'm just gonna roll 6, and we'll see where we go from there.
Show off.
Holy cow! You were saying about showing off. All right, fine, good enough.
You had 3 more dice to come.
Yeah. You
Well,
defeat.
I got 1, which defeats the cultist, right?
That is correct.
So
John?
whatever.
So if you defeat it, you find a jar of spiders on his person. Gain this clue.
Okay. I gained 1 clue.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
I am gonna do the expedition encounter.
All right.
Okay.
So, Laura, that's this deck
Thank you.
here. And I don't know if you saw that, Len, but the expedition just moved.
Automatically.
Oh
right.
wow! Did they update the mod?
Yes, they
seriously?
did.
Yeah.
Oh.
This thing is. It's almost like it's running on a computer now. It's amazing.
All right, so this is the Istanbul Expedition encounter. While exploring the bottom of the Bosphorus, a team of divers lost one of their crew. Resolve the pass effect to search from the water's surface, or resolve the fail effect to use diving equipment to search the bottom.
Observation or
yeah.
will.
We're gonna do the pass effects.
Okay. You search for bubbles on the water's surface or dirt that has been kicked up. Observation test.
All right, so I've got a 4. My living link is 5. So 5 dice. Let's hope I fare a little better than I did with 6 dice earlier, but there we go. Well, I fared the same, and that's good enough.
That's good enough. If you pass, you pull the Grateful Diver back to the surface and gain 1 character unique asset.
Alrighty.
All right.
I'll handle that.
Okay, so Laura, you're encountering a
Hang on.
a goat spawn.
Hang on.
Yeah.
My character unique asset was pretty good. I
What did you
gained
get?
two lore and 2 observation, but I also gain a relic unique asset with him. So we're just
Nice.
racking up the things.
Woof!
So, one of those. Oh. Yeah. That one's set to relic because of the preload.
Tablet shards.
Oh, those can be good or
Never used
Weird.
these. All right. Let's see what we get later on. All right. Sorry to interrupt.
All right. So, Roland is going up against a goat spawn.
Yes. So, can you help me with the mechanics?
Yeah,
please, Rob?
absolutely.
Thank
So, the
you.
first thing you need to do is the horror check. You're going to test will, and you need 1 success to prevent losing any sanity.
Okay.
and your will is currently
Three,
a
I
3.
think. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
But you can we'll see. All right, you pass.
Okay.
Never
All
mind.
right, so you got 1 success. That reduces the amount of horror you take by 1 to 0, so you're good.
Okay.
Next comes the strength check. So you're
Okay.
going to roll your strength minus 2.
Okay.
You're going to
which
take
is-
2 damage minus 1 for each success, and you need to do 2 successes to defeat it.
Oh my God, this is tougher than it looked.
So I get +2 strength during combat encounters, which is good.
Yeah.
And I may re-roll 1 die when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter. So cool. Get to roll 2. That didn't go well, but I get to re-roll 1 because of this firearm, right?
Yep.
Yep.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Okay.
Now,
Wait, she does have a focus.
that's what I was about to say.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to read the thing. Sorry.
All right.
Now-
Go ahead.
You can spend the focus if you want.
You haven't defeated the goat spawn yet.
Right.
You need to
Right,
get
so-
2 successes to kill it.
And it would be ideal if I defeated the goat spawn so
Because
that I
then
could go on
you
and
can
do some
move
more
on,
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's give it a try. Let's take that focus and
Yeah! Awesome.
Oh,
All
my
right.
heart. Oh.
So you defeat
Okay,
the goat
now,
spawn.
wait. I have to say something very important. Don't listen to Len. That's my advice.
okay.
What do you mean?
All right. So discard the focus. And now the goat spawn says if you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, you may gain a dark pact condition to discard 1 monster from any space.
This would be where Len would say the #1 rule in Eldritch is take the Dark Pact. But in this case, Len rescinds that rule because getting rid of a monster is not that great.
Well, the avian thrall is not awesome. That's going to be a tough fight for Rob.
He's got spells, doesn't he?
No, I don't have combat spells.
Oh.
I mean, I could kick it off to another gate.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Or I could try to set it on fire with the kerosene.
Well, the problem is you could get corruption pretty easily if you failed the sanity, because you got to get 2 successes on a will check.
So, Laura, what would you like to do?
Do you really want some help with that? Because I'll take the dark pacts. I defeated my despair, right? I'm headstrong and resilient.
Pacts
But you
are
can't get
harder
rid of Dark
To
Pacts.
get rid of.
Oh.
It
Dark
could result
Pacts-
in your death or a death of another.
Yeah.
Or
Dark
something in
pacts
between.
are really fun and really bad. They can do all kinds of random stuff.
Yeah,
There
forget it.
are
Rob's
dark
on his own.
pack. There are dark packs that
Rob's
simply
on his
say,
own.
"Yep, Rob's on his own."
Yeah,
you're
Rob's on his
You're
own.
not doing the ruse.
I'm not doing the dark pact. No, sorry.
Okay.
I killed the goat spawn. That's enough.
That's it.
All right. Well, you're not done yet, then.
Guy is walking around as a blessed magician. He can figure it out.
You can figure it out.
Okay. Now, you have a gate or a clue. Which one are you going to choose?
I'm gonna close the gate.
Okay.
I like that confidence. She didn't say I'll take the gate. She says I'm going to close the gate.
That's
You
right.
see the difference?
I'm
Confidence.
closing that gate.
Confidence.
Here we go. Am I unmuted? Are we good?
You're
Yep.
good.
Las Carcosa. In this world, there are 2 suns, and you cast 2 shadows. Strangely, one of your shadows seems to be moving independently from you. You can barely stand to watch this disturbing phenomena. Test will.
All right. 3 dice, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right. Your other shadow teaches you a new ability. You gain 1 talent condition. Len, would
I'll
you be
get
so
it.
kind? Thank you.
Yep.
When the sun's set, you try to remember the way home. Test lore.
Oh, damn it.
So let's just see what your talent is in case
Yeah,
it
that'd
helps.
be good.
Yeah.
No, it's not an
Okay.
active, it's an action.
All right.
What does it do? No. Okay.
Ooh,
Right.
Can improve skills.
It's not bad though. Yeah, I can
No, it's a
maybe
good one.
improve my lore at some point. But for now, I get to roll 2. So here we go.
Oh, nice.
If you pass, you return home, close this gate.
Look at that.
Now,
So apparently, you only roll bad when trying to gain clues. That was impressive. That was not just good. That was a really good run. and
I
very
basically
helpful.
corrected our whole last Mythos phase.
Yeah, yeah.
so speaking of the mythos, though, Beast from Beyond. After an investigator closes a gate during an otherworld encounter, he may engage the Lang spiders. So you don't have to. But if you're willing to, you can try to do some damage against the spider and move us closer to completing this mystery.
Okay. Yeah, why not, right? Because we don't. This is actually about.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how we
mystery.
win the
It's
game.
not about clues. So yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's eat some spiders.
So another round of combat. There's just one, whether you win or lose. So
Okay.
first you're going to do the horror check again, testing your will. It's going to take
But it
2.
doesn't take any of my will away.
That's right.
That's good. Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, not so good.
All right. So
Okay.
that's going to
Hold
cost
on.
you 2 sanity.
Hold on.
Except,
Hold on.
She's
hold on.
got it.
What?
once per
headstrong?
round, I may test my will to prevent a loss of sanity. So we'll give that a whirl. So it's the same roll. Let's try it again with better results. All right, so I prevented the loss of two sanity, so that's good.
And then
Then
flip
flip
this
it.
card.
Oh, okay. Then what happens? Oh, I forget what I had. Hold on, let me have to flip it back
okay.
over just to see my dice roll because I had them connected. All right, so I
You
only
had
had one
one,
success.
yeah.
All right. All right. So your thoughts are disjointed and erratic, but your goal remains crystal clear. Gain 1 madness condition unless you discard this card.
Ugh.
I'll deal with a little madness.
All right.
Really? Okay.
Would one of you be so kind as to grab that? And then we can go ahead to the combat step.
So it's my strength minus 1,
Mm-hmm.
which is 1, but I've got a firearm, which gives
Oh,
me
hold on,
2.
hold on.
Oh,
Oh no, you did get you get at least 1 success on the sanity
yeah.
roll? Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
okay. So with the strength, that's my strength minus 1, which is 1, but I've got a firearm, which gives me 2 more, so that's 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yuck.
Okay.
So
But
you're,
I get to re-roll
yeah.
1.
Hang on a second. Hang on. With this monster, didn't she fail the will test?
No, she got 1 success.
No, she actually. Len's right. She did fail the wheel chest, and then she
That's
got
what
one
I just
success on
asked you
headstrong.
guys.
No, but you asked. I thought you asked about her role on the headstrong.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no. She failed this. She failed the test.
All
I
right.
was thinking
Well,
about
the
that.
good news is that you do not resolve the strength test. You don't take any damage.
Okay. And because I used my headstrong and got the madness condition, I didn't lose any sanity, so
Right.
okay.
Yep.
I'm just a little more crazy because I dealt
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah, you're afraid now.
All right.
You have terror.
Okay, Rob. Avian Thrall.
Avian Thrall. All right. So I wasn't paying attention, so I can't just kick him off.
Yeah. He's tough.
He's a hard shell avian.
Stop it.
I yeah. Well,
Only you would get that one, Rob, right?
That is an evolution climate reference for those of you listening at home. All right, so I start with a horror check. My will is 3.
Oh my God, you got a Winchester. What are you worried about?
I never said I was worried.
Oh, if someone was like, "Oh, Rob can't handle that," like,
well,
what?
I'm saying he's going to get corrupted.
He's blessed.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay.
Blessed.
Oh,
he's
that's
rolling
true.
5 dice. Kidding me? That's
No, to fight it, but the sanity check is the
Right.
tough part.
Right.
If he
'cause
loses
I don't have a-
sanity, he gains corruption.
oh.
And then he loses his blessed, right?
He's rolling
He
3 dice. He's rolling
Yeah,
3
but I
dice.
can get blessed again.
No, he wouldn't lose bless. It's if you gain a curse, not if you gain.
No,
a
oh yeah,
corruption.
okay, so he.
Yeah, he's
not
corrupt. It's fine.
Regardless. Here we go. There's
Look at
one.
Ah,
I don't have any rerolls. So
Where
I
is
take
corruption?
1 sanity and I
I gotcha.
gain corruption. All right. Well, so now I could, use it as the rerolls.
good.
All right. So here is the small problem, because I also wanted to do. So I am going to have to end up using the kerosene one way or the other, I guess, because of the leg spider after this.
Yeah, true.
Oh, because you only use it once around.
Right.
Yeah.
So
By the way, did you want to use your reroll from practice
oh, sure.
to not take the corruption?
It's been so long since I looked at these cards. I will re-roll from there. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yes. I just.
And now I'm going to take a quick look again at the Lang spider, which is 3-2 minus 1, 3-2 minus 1. So it's exactly the same. All right. So let's drop the kerosene here. And so I'm rolling start at 2 plus 5 is 7 minus 1 is 6.
That's
Okay.
enough.
All right.
That works.
So
Consider it torched.
goodbye. And now I'll have an otherworld encounter. Eric.
Oh, that's that. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, me. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. I have to do things. I was
Sometimes,
instead of
yeah.
make negative comments. Okay, fine. I can do that too. I can multitask. Lost Carcosa. Turning the corner, you suddenly find yourself on stage. Well, that works for you. Other actors are speaking their dialogue and looking at you expectantly. Someone off stage passes you a script, but the text is difficult to interpret. Lore -1.
Lore -1 is a 5. Do I have any other bonuses? I already used that. All right.
Oof.
I passed.
The audience applauds your performance, and the curtain falls. Close this gate. You consider sticking around for a second show in hopes of picking up details you missed from the first time. You may become delayed to gain 2 clues.
I think I'm going to pass on that.
Okay.
All right. And then, having closed the gate, a Lang spider ambushes me. All right. So again, my will is a 3. I have no bonuses to that except being blessed.
Good.
Ooh. And now I'm going to use the Winchester, which will give me 2 plus 4 minus 1 for 5 dice.
There it is.
Nice.
All right. So unfortunately, I still only do 3 damage to it because it
Yeah.
can only take 3.
Yeah, this thing.
Okay.
And we're at 3 out of 4 health, just like that.
All right. That was good.
All right.
Well done,
All right.
Rod.
now we have to look at our Mythos card. All right. Advance the Omen track.
All right, so we go to a green space. I don't think we have any green gates out, correct? It's not okay. And because there are no green gates for the monster surge to happen, we get a new gate. Eric, if you want to go ahead and spawn that.
Spawn gate. Deep one.
A deep one in the heart of Africa.
Okay.
And then we get 2 clues.
And 2 clues. So I'll spawn the clues.
Yep.
1, 2.
Oh, that is awesome.
Where did the second one show up?
Over here in space 3. All
3 and
around.
10. All right.
Okay. Strong Grisgris, the old man Strong Grismas, the old man told you. You've been wearing the pouch around your neck ever since New Orleans. You want it to spill blood for you, he draws. You have to spill blood of your own, spill your blood for the Grigri. Lead investigator discards one monster of his choice and loses health equal to its toughness.
All right,
Oof.
so that's not a choice. You can't choose no
Yes.
one.
Yes, I can't choose no one. I would like to choose no one. So they're both the same. Where are you going? I'm guessing you're going to Tokyo, right?
Yeah, I can work myself. I can eventually get there. Yes, if you want to take.
Or
one
you
off.
could take the charter flight down to the heart of Africa to counter.
No, because like I said, I still want to be in range to get down to Antarctica if we need to.
Okay.
I mean, I could head towards.
Yeah, but you have a rifle.
Right.
So I'm gonna get rid of the thrall. I'm not gonna get rid of the 3 thing. So I put it in the monster bag.
Yep.
And I take 2, which unpleasant, but what can you do? 4. Okay.
All
So,
right.
that's the
That
end
was the
of that.
Mythos phase.
Yep.
We need a new lead investigator.
All right, Agatha's going to step up. Agatha's
Okay,
ready to
I got
step up. Okay, so what Agatha is going to do. Not going to be able to get over there in time.
No.
So, Agatha.
Did I get rid of the wrong monster? Well, maybe.
No. No one's going to. No one. I don't think so.
Well, I
Um,
mean, you can get there if we use the charter flight.
Again, though, I think we should be saving that for this in case we need to. I
No,
mean, it
because
does
the
save us
thing
one
is-
Zoom.
Like, the worst thing that happens is Joe has to come to Buenos Aires. He can get a ticket and get to Antarctica. We still haven't lost a single one yet.
Yeah, but the problem is no
I-
one's got the 2 clues for that.
Right, but there's a clue right here in Buenos Aires. And
Right.
that's 1 turn away from Antarctica.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I already have the boat ticket. So this round I go up here, I try to get the clue. And then I have basically 3 rounds to get that clue, and then I have to get to Antarctica. Well, there's also passing the test down there.
All right.
So
Whereas if Agatha takes the flight to the gate, she just needs to do 1 damage and survive.
Oh, right, because of that. Okay, I forgot about the mystery. All right, so
Yeah.
all right, I'll acquire assets.
well, no, I mean that's Laura's move. You just have to move 1 in the correct direction and do something else.
Wait, what?
So
This
was
is
going
not
to
in the
Tokyo.
assets. This is set aside with Joe Diamond's power.
Oh, I see.
So you just have to move in a direction that is 2 away. So you can either go up to the city here or the city there, and then do something else. You either go to 17, 16, or 17,
Yeah.
and then you have you can acquire assets normally if you feel like it, or you can rest, or you can focus.
Okay, just so I'm understanding. So then I'm not using that to get to Tokyo this round.
No, you are.
You are.
But that
Laura
doesn't take
has-
an action.
Roland Banks has a power that allows him to automatically give something
another
from the
investigator.
reserve
I gotcha.
to another investigator.
Oh, I got ya. All right. Well, then in that case, yeah, I will move so I can be in position. And let's see, is there anything worth getting here?
So again, the jar has a cost of 1, and you need a
Need a
resource as well.
resource. Right. So I know that's not happening. So the debate I'm having is whether I want to just rest and get the tablet shards. I
Mhm.
think I'm going to do that anyway. Let's rest so
Yeah.
that I can. So I'll gain 1 and 1, and I will attempt to piece together the tablet shards. Got an observation of 4 plus 1 plus 2 from Dr. Ali Kafour, so that's 6 minus 1 for 5 dice.
Nice.
All right, let's see what crap is this. Oh! Through a maze of metaphors and allegory, you begin to piece together a narrative that describes the current events around the globe. Resolve one effect of your choice. Gain a clue, then flip this card, or I may spend 3 clues to advance the active mystery by 1, then discard this card. This is fantastic. No, this is fine.
That's perfect.
It's fantastic,
mystery-
except you could end the mystery right
Who
now.
cares?
but
This is
yeah.
an easy mystery. No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
gain the clue, and we'll have that in the bag for later on. That is more than wonderful.
All right, so that's Agatha's 2. Laura, what's Roland gonna do?
He's gonna stay put because I am determined.
I am
to
so
get this
sorry.
thing
I love it.
I am so sorry.
put.
You're never coming back.
Terrible. This is the most horror of Eldritch horror I've ever seen. Is Roland stuck at sea forever?
I mean, he's in a pretty nice area of the ocean. I'm imagining that he's on a nice yacht. Like, he works for the federal government. Like, it's fine.
See, I'm
This-
picturing
no.
the Blair Witch Project at sea. Like they're just going around in circles.
No,
We have literally gone from Eldritch horror to Kafka horror. It's just you may never leave the Bermuda Triangle.
All right. So I'm trying to decide if I want to heal and try to get rid of my madness, or if I want to be studious and try to either improve my will or lore, which seem to both be my problem areas. Either way, I think I should probably focus first. So I'm gonna do that. Does anyone have any suggestions when it comes to either being studious or being restful?
I'm fighting with a cat, so no.
I would go with studious.
Studious for sure.
I mean, the madness could really screw you, but I
If
think
not the madness, then something else will.
yeah, something else will screw you. And improving statistics while you're just sitting at sea anyway, that's always nice. So I would go for that.
All right, and then I think I'm going to try to improve my will, because my will helps me improve other things. So if I start with that, it'll be easier to get the lore improvement.
That makes
So I'm
sense.
just gonna go with that. All right, so I can roll 2, because it's my will -1. Nothing else helps me as far as I can tell. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, so I get a little plus will thinger.
Yeah.
Looks like that. Cool. Okay.
And then
And then I flip this card. Thank you, Rob. Had 1 success, so your exhaustive studies have left you emotionally drained, lose 1 sanity.
So hey, if you don't want to risk your thing with sanity, I can prevent the sanity loss, and that way you don't have to worry about taking another madness. It's up to you. I get a clue out of it, so
Okay, yeah, why not?
all right. So once per round, when an investigator will lose sanity, I test will. My will is a 5 plus 2 from Dr. Ali, so 7.
No, is your will's only a 2? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong character. Sorry.
My will's a 2. I'm in trouble.
You don't
All
have
right.
to do this for me. It's okay.
No, he's rolling lore, not will.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, it would help if I know what everything was.
Woo.
All right, so 4 successes. So I flip that. Oh, I prevent you from losing up to 4 sanity instead. That's a little bit of waste, but either way, you're good.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And I get a clue because I passed a lore test as part of a spell effect.
All right. Oh, we could just get you to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, charter flight,
nice.
Agatha.
All right.
What are you doing?
Oh, wait. Speaking of the flight, that was
Oh, yep,
gonna
yep.
happen now,
Oh, yeah.
right?
You can either generate a clue or, help us win the game, but your call.
I've always been cooperative. Who wants the charter flight?
Agatha would like the charter.
Hell yeah, Agatha.
On to Tokyo.
I'm gonna have faith in Agatha.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just get a boat ticket, and then I'm gonna come to Arkham.
Trying to get some spells.
Yep.
Alright.
Because I spent a bunch earlier to prevent gates from opening.
All right. I'm going to Buenos Aires, and I would like the rest, but I would also like the shop, so I am going to shop. My influence is a 4, and I don't think I have anything that helps. Nope. So I'm going to roll 4 dice. That works. I'm taking the Coptic jar and spending a resource.
Very nice.
And should I do another artifact since we're no longer artifacts in here, or
Sure.
just the
Yeah.
normal thing?
Oh, let's count. Not an artifact. It's
The unique asset,
A relic.
the relic. It currently says talent.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay, you got it.
Go ahead. Push the button.
Okay. I can't.
Yes, you can.
All right. What is this relic?
Another one of these.
Stone tablet. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to decipher the carvings. Another one of these. Oh, nice. So, yeah, we got... it would be fun to just stock up on these, and when you rest, do like 10 different things.
right. We don't move anywhere. We just rest. Have everything.
We're gonna
fine.
sleep away the monster. That's how we're
That would be
doing.
funny.
All right, let's slip into the encounter phase. Agatha, you're up.
Alrighty. Well, it's gate time.
Alright, so I need a gate encounter for you, Agatha. Otherworldly. City of the Great Race. You find others who, like you, have had their consciousness pulled into alien bodies from throughout time. You try to convince them to share their knowledge. Influence test.
Alright, my influence is 3 plus 1 for my living link. Rolling 4. That is a pass.
Their stories are highly illuminating. Gain 2 clues.
Ooh, okay, more clues.
Wow.
That'll come in handy
Just
at
go
some
to
point.
Antarctica.
I was gonna say. All right, they remind you of a ritual you researched that may provide you with a solution. Lore -1.
Oh my. Alright, well my lore is at a 7, so 6 dice. This is almost like being blessed.
Okay, if you pass, close this gate.
All right,
Alright.
well done. And now
Yeah.
you may.
Yes, let's face off against the Leng spider. Oh, except we kind of forgot with Agatha I got lots of clues. So.
Yeah, no. If you're rolling one die, you're gonna.
Yeah, but
you're
yeah,
still
I know.
Gonna wreck it. Well, I mean, okay, no.
I gotta pass.
You're not
the
gonna wreck
test
it.
first, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
So I have a will of 3. 2 plus 1. I forgot about the not resolving.
Right. But you get to roll both dice on clues.
Right, I get to roll 2. Yeah, so it's good that I have lots of clues.
Aw, there you go. Who needs clues?
All right, so now it's strength minus 1, and my strength was a 2, and now it's 1. So I'll be rolling 1 die. Perhaps many times. Is that not off the table? Okay, that's a fail. I will spend a clue. Reroll. All right, that die goes in the garbage. Spending a clue. Reroll. In the garbage. Spending a clue. Reroll. Oh, get back here! It fell off. Oh, spending a clue. Reroll. Now I'm gonna do it this way. Wait, it's not rolling. There. Jesus. Spending a clue, throwing that die out. Oh, come on! Spending the last clue.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No!
God. Oh my god, I have never.
Well, that is a loss of 2 strength for Agatha.
Oh my god, you shouldn't have spent the last 3 clues. You just used your charm.
I generate clues very quickly, though, so.
Okay.
I shit the bed, everybody.
Oh my god, that hurt. That hurts. That hurt to watch.
Yeah, it hurt even more to do. So.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, Laura.
Yeah, man.
How about a research card?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. What will this be for you? 6?
I think so. Been working hard. I've become more studious.
Fog makes it difficult to spot the place from your vision, forcing you to rely on intuition. Test observation -1. Roll 2 additional dice if you have at least 1 spell.
I don't think I've got any spells.
No.
I've got a tome. Okay. Well, 2, 3 then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 minus 1. Okay.
Okay, let's see. If you pass, you find a rift over the water. Gain this clue.
Praise God.
And now,
That
once you've
feels
done
good.
that, you can also place an Eldritch token on The Truth Is Out There.
All right. Cool.
All right,
I'm
Eric.
having trouble
Okay,
locating
Rob,
the Eldritch.
where are you?
I
You're
am in
in
Arkham,
Arkham.
a green card.
Arkham, the Civil Twilight Lodge members ask you several riddles to prove your knowledge. Test lore +1.
So that would be 7. I'm going to roll these 6 and see if I need to keep going. Nope.
That would be no. Wow. You just school the Silver Twilight Lodge.
Yeah,
If you pass, they instruct you in their ways. Gain 1 spell.
And when I gain a spell, I gain a second spell, but I can't gain 2 of the same spell. So I get Poison Mist.
Rob,
Yep.
when you gain a spell, you gain a second spell, and then you it was silence.
I heard it.
So I got Poison Mist and Find Gate. So Poison Mist lets me get rid of monsters from my space. Play with the top gate of the gate stack revealed. All right.
Did they make a fancy button for that?
No. Oh, that's a problem, sir. We have to remember not to spawn a gate
Yeah.
while this is here.
What if you put it back in?
Oh,
Like I said, it's not face up.
Yeah.
okay. So, Rob, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Laura, I am awarding you with your.
Thanks, man.
You forgot that part of the game
Yeah.
is you actually get to pick it up and put it on your card.
Right. Yep. The Eldritch token got me distracted. Thank you.
So, Joe, are you doing the research?
Okay, so now I'm having a research encounter in a city.
City space. Fixate on aligning yourself with the shifting axis of power surrounding the Spider Mother's web. Test will.
Will. Okay, so I have a 3 will. Do I have anything that helps on will? During combat encounters, which is not now. During combat encounters, that's nothing. That's nothing. Okay, so test will, and I only have 3. All right.
That's
All right, I
pass.
pass.
If you pass, you become attuned. Gain this clue and improve lore.
Not bad.
Improve lore. Okay. So and I have a power when I improve one skill, I can improve another. I'm going to improve my strength to just round myself out.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. All right.
All right, is it that time for Mythos? Oh, I should get rid of Charter Flight.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
Ooh, I'm not at liberty. Oh, nope, wrong. We advance the omen.
Are there any blue
No
gates?
blue gates.
There are no. There's only a red gate.
All right. And now we do reckoning.
All right. So we start with monsters on the board. The Atlach-Natcha. Whoops.
Nothing.
Yep. Each investigator on that space loses. That's not bad. Each investigator on this space loses 1 sanity. That is that. So now, there are no. Oh yes, there are. There is a Mythos card into play, so we lose 1 Eldritch token from the mystery. Then we go to the Great Old One. Spawn 1 gate unless investigators as a group discard a total number of clues and/or spells. I think we go ahead and accept the Arkham Gate.
Well, okay. Oh yeah, you're right there.
Yeah.
I do have a spell I don't want, but we can keep that in the back pocket.
Okay.
I mean, is anyone gonna get to a gate in order to close it
No,
and
you're
fight
right.
a
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
So somebody wants to shuffle up and get me a
Oh no. You're
dole.
gonna need every ounce of your blessing for
You
that.
got
puppy.
me. You drew me a freaking dole.
Yeah.
That's okay. I can still get rid of it. I can deal with it. I am magic after all.
Mhm.
Then conditions, possessions. Agatha, what do you got?
All right. Agatha is gonna do Living Link first, so my destiny awaits. Flip this card. The King of Dusk. You sleep, you dream of the Golden City, Atlach-Natcha. The King has chosen you to receive the gifts of his strength and knowledge. Gain 2 talent conditions, then discard a talent condition.
Ooh.
Someone could be so kind to grab me 2.
Yep, I got it.
In the meantime, my agreement is here. Roll a die on a 1 or 2. The time has come for me to pay my dues. Being how I've just come off rolling, I'm afraid of what's going to happen. Oh, man, now look at that, an easy 5, no problem. What do we have here? Relentless.
Solving a strength test during combat encounter, you may reduce the monster's toughness by 1 to a minimum of 1. It's
That's
not
probably
bad.
not the worst thing for me to have.
Elusive. During the encounter phase, you may test observation. If you pass, you can choose an encounter as if there are no monsters.
No, I'll do resolving a strength test. No, let me be elusive. Just in case. All right, and then I rolled for my agreement, so I'm fine.
All right. Laura.
Got to roll for my madness, right?
Yes,
You do.
you got terrors.
Okay. So I test my will, which is now 4.
No. Yes. You did the right thing. You did the right
I
thing.
was gonna say,
I
man.
jinxed the roll. I jinxed
Yeah,
the
you
roll.
totally
Jinxed
did.
it.
All right, you do have a focus. You do have a clue.
All right. Yeah. Let's start with my focus.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's try the clue. Oh, okay.
All right.
That's a bummer. So what happens now?
Flip that puppy.
Terrifying encounters. Every face seems to hold a hidden threat or secret motive. Move one space toward the nearest wilderness or sea space. Then, if you are on a city space, lose one sanity, then flip this card. I'm already on a sea space, so what does that mean?
One space towards the nil.
This is a wilderness.
Oh, okay.
Space.
Well, so you're on a sea space,
Yes.
so you don't move.
Okay.
It says but doesn't say you move one space.
Toward the nearest one, but I'm on the nearest one.
Oh, all right.
Right. So if, however, you were here on space 6, you would have to move to San Francisco or Arkham to get to the wilderness or to the sea or whatever, and thus would be on a city space to get rid of that card.
Yeah. That card's actually not too bad.
No, that's take that all day.
As long as you're near wilderness at all times.
So do I still lose? I don't lose a sanity because I'm not on a city, so I just flip the card back over. So.
No.
No.
Oh, then if you're on a city space, lose one sanity. Okay. Yep. I got it.
So
You
I was
got-
right.
Yeah, you're not around scary people, so you're okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Oh, Rob, you got a lot of rolls to make.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with Find Gate. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I am rolling 4, 5, 6, plus 1 for the Arcane Assistant. So that's a total of 7. That's my 7th die. I'm gonna flip this. All right, you can safely locate where rifts will form from a great distance away. You may spend 1 sanity to swap the top gate in the gate stack with a gate in the discard pile, then flip this card.
We should have one exposed,
Yeah.
right? Technically.
So Antarctica is a blue gate. We could swap it with Tokyo, Rome.
Or why don't we keep it there? Joe's going there anyway.
Yeah. Well, because
I know
a
why.
monster might
A
show
monster. Yep.
up. I kind of want to put out a red gate. Rome isn't bad. We're not that far away from it. It's a while before. Oh no, I mean a green.
No.
I mean a green.
Say red.
Tunguska.
We don't have any.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
My problem with Tunguska, actually, I could technically deal with it if we needed to.
Or do you want me to put Tokyo back out?
No, because that means there's a monster. Without knowing what the next mystery is, I guess that gives us a backup. Yeah, throw it on Tokyo. Screw it.
Okay. And what did it say? Swap?
Yeah. It takes another out, which is nice. Oh, but you know what, Rob? It's not going to come in this round.
No.
But my point is I might not still be on Tokyo.
Right, but it's still... We gotta swap it. We can't have it be Antarctica.
No, but what about Buenos Aires?
Okay.
Because you guys are there.
And Eric, you're gonna move off of there before
Right.
it fires anyways.
Get out of there. So yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's got a ticket. Yeah. So we're good.
All right.
All right.
So that was my glamour spell. Let's deal with debt. Someone was asking about you, said a fellow traveler. They said you owe quite a bit of money. Naturally, I said I didn't know anything, but if you want to find your way to a new town, soon. If you attempt to hide from the police, test observation. That's 2 dice. There we go. If you fail, move to the nearest city space and gain detained. Unless you discard 1 ally, then discard this card. So that was easy enough. And then blessed on a 1 or 2, discard this card. Let's not have that happen. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and where is it? Once per round, when you pass a spell lore test as part of a spell effect, flip this card.
Ooh.
And I didn't remember how many, except it was a lot. Do we think it was 4 or 5?
I think it was the 4 that, right?
Okay.
I think you had 3 and you're like, this is my 7th and made it a 4, I think.
Yeah, but wasn't this card one of them because I rolled them all?
Yeah.
Was it? I think it was a success. Does anyone out there remember?
Anybody awake out there?
I'll accept the ruling of the table. What do you guys think?
And I appreciate Bill's support of Agatha. I do.
I
Must have been from before.
I was not paying attention. All I saw was a lot.
All
I
right.
didn't think it mattered.
I will take the 4.
You can always check the footage and start next week with the correct answer.
There is that.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Joe.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. All right. So now we finally move on to. Oh, a gate does come out this turn.
Gate. Oh, Jesus.
That's okay.
So did we want it on Tokyo then?
Yeah. It's easy enough to fix.
Okay.
The goat spawns back.
Nice, easy, beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful. All right, now. I'm not at liberty to disclose my client's identity, the lawyer says, with a dialect you cannot place. Suffice to say, a line of credit has been established. For now, no obligation is attached to those funds. These aren't the droids you're looking for. She made that kind of motion. No obligation. And so the lead investigator gains a funding condition, which is awesome because I have an agreement, meaning I owe money, yet I have a funding condition. So yeah, that's got to be in deals, right?
Yep.
Agreement means you owe something else. But
Yeah. No,
So
I
we
can
don't
use it
see
in
these a whole
placement.
lot. Let's take a look at what this is. It's a deal. You may discard this card in place of gaining a debt condition or to discard a debt condition.
Yeah, that's a perfect card for me.
if only it said agreement condition.
Yeah.
Or dark pack.
Right. All right, folks. What do we think? We have one more in us?
I do.
I'm happy to keep going.
Yeah, one more.
All right. Who is our next lead investigator?
Got it.
I'll be lead. Since my turn is relatively simple.
All right.
So the one question is, do I grab a boat ticket to get out of Antarctica?
Oh, that's not the worst idea.
Yeah. So then I can go somewhere else. The other thing is I can rest and see what the Coptic jar does.
And you might not want... Resting might not be the worst idea for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna rest. So resting increases. Yeah, I'm at 4 health. I'd like 5 health. And then I am going to test will -1, and I need more bonuses for will, or for anything. So will -1, I have 3, I test 2. Very possible that this is a waste of time, but we'll see.
Nice.
Not a
Two.
waste of time.
Nice. So what does it say? The spirits whisper to you the secrets of the arcane. Much of what they say is unintelligible, but the longer you listen to the words, the more you begin to understand. Resolve one effect. Improve lore, which I can't.
Right.
gain a glamour spell and discard this card.
Yeah. So you have to do that.
Okay. Glamour spells suck. And I have like no lore.
A little bit, yeah.
Wait, he can't opt to improve lore, but just not get the bonus?
Right. He cannot opt to do something he can't do.
Okay.
Do they spell glamour with a U?
Yeah.
Are you grabbing that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is my glamour spell? You may trade conditions, focus, improvement tokens, and impairment tokens as part of a trade action. So that means I can trade improvement tokens with people. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's weird.
Well, it's a spell.
That's
That's
great.
magic.
That's how that sucks that you got that after getting rid of what you just got rid of. You could get rid of your lore and then
Yeah.
improve.
Right.
Damn.
But I'll spend my boat ticket, come down here, and try to deal with this thing.
All right.
All right. So Agatha is going to do her character action to perform an action on a ritual or tome. I'm going to do Call the Storm. Choose a monster in my space. Test lore -1. If I pass, they lose 3 health. So I'm at a 7 lore. I need 6. Three successes.
3 is usually good.
Each other monster loses 2 health. That's fine. So this guy is dead.
Well done.
And when I pass a spell effect, I gain a clue. And then I'm going to rest and use my tablet shards again.
What did those things do again?
Those pump out clues, and I can spend 3 to advance the mystery. So I got to get those clues back. So when I perform a rest, I can attempt to piece together the shards. Observation -1. My observation is a 6, so -1 is 5.
How do you get to 6?
Observation
of the
and
sky,
Dr.
yep.
Ellie. Yeah. It's 2 successes, so that lets me flip this. I will gain a clue and flip this card.
All right. Laura,
I can finally leave the ocean, guys.
you can.
That is true. Do you want to?
Have you grown content at sea?
Yeah.
I mean,
There's...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I've got some options here. I can go to the wilderness of Africa,
Mm-hmm.
or I could join you, Rob, if you want help with your monster there. Not necessarily
No,
much
because
help.
I think I might, how bad is he? What does he do? I'm gonna banish him to the heart of Africa. I think is what I'm gonna do.
That seems like a good place to banish things, because there's bad stuff happening there, like a gate and other things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we're trying to close gates, right? But there's people on gates already, so I don't need to go to the heart of Africa.
Just go for
Someone's
the
already
clue.
moved to Tokyo.
Yeah,
So
because the clue does a thing for you.
it does do a thing for me. So I'm gonna move there. And do I want to rest and try to help with my madness, or do I want to be studious? Do I want to focus?
It's a lot of choices.
So many choices. I think see, if I were to focus, what would I focus? I could focus my will again. I could focus my lore.
And by focus, you mean improve.
I'm sorry, yes, correct. Improve. That's right. Gosh, so many choices. All right, I don't think I'm gonna rest because I'm still doing okay. Study or focus? Study or focus? Well, focus is universally good, so I'm gonna take
All
that
right.
for now.
Okay.
Was that your 2?
That's my 2.
All right. So, Dexter, is going to use his special ability that he has yet to use. Move one monster from your space to another space containing a gate. So we're just going to get him over here. And if I need to, I'll come back and move them away, because the deep one doesn't do anything nasty either. Okay. Though we may eventually need to take care of that gate. And then for my second action... Oh. Maybe not. Hold on. Let me think about this for a second, because the doll has a 5. No. Okay. There goes the doll.
The doll is not nice, and it moves. So it's gonna start chasing people.
Yeah. I was gonna see if I could use the poison mist on him, but no. Even with blessing, I don't think that's gonna happen. While I'm thinking of it, let's pull out the next gate. There's a red one in Sydney. All right, so I still have another action. Was there anything up here worth getting? Oh, the dynamite will be helpful later.
It would be.
All right, we're just gonna focus, because no, we have a resource. We are going to acquire assets.
You have a resource? Oh, you do.
I do have.
Oh no.
Okay.
Do you want to use your practice to reroll? Otherwise, you got to flip your practice.
No. Oh.
Oh no, but you didn't use the additional
I didn't
die.
use it.
All right.
No, and thank you for reminding me. I'm going to save that for the Lang spider. But you know what I am going to do?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I'm going to go into debt. I'm going to waste a point. But I got me a stone tablet, and we're going to put another relic in its place. Another stone tablet. Well, that's disappointing.
We should just get a ton of these. I want to get like 50 of them. And we're just like, we rest away the next mystery. Yeah. I just want to do that.
Just gonna nap it away. We're gonna nap it off.
All right, Eric.
All right. Where are you, sir? Oh, I don't know.
I don't do anything because
nope, you've already went.
The rumor. What?
Yes, as an encounter. Go ahead.
As an encounter, an investigator on Antarctica may search for the herds of Barkshees that inhabit the place. Observation -1. My observation is a 5. I get no pluses. I really should buy more stuff. So I'm rolling 4 dice. Pass. I may spend 2 clues. Spending the 2 clues to get rid of this active mystery that would murder us all.
Well done, well done.
That makes me feel so much safer.
Well done.
That's it. That's
Thank
it for
you.
me.
All right.
All right, we're gonna gate encounter for Agatha.
Gate encounter for Agatha.
Come on, girl.
Great Hall of Solano. As you wander through the labyrinthine shelves, the lights are suddenly extinguished. You can hear scraping noises in the darkness, paralyzing you with fear. You try to summon the courage to find your way in the dark. Will test.
Alright, unfortunately my will is only a 2 + 1, so 3. As a fail, I will spend a clue to reroll 2. These clues just come and go so quickly for Agatha. Oh, let's spend the other, and let's burn these dice. Bye. Come on! Sorry.
Okay. If you fail, you fear that you will never find your way out again. Gain a despair condition.
Someone forgot.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm
No,
reading the wrong
no.
part?
I
Sorry.
so
I'm
I
reading the
failed the
wrong
top,
part.
so you read the bottom.
Yes. All right, got it. Stay where you are, and soon some creature claws at you in the dark. Strength test.
Because this is going to be so much better.
Right, clearly.
Just
All right.
those clues.
I don't know if you guys can hear me all right, but I think something might be happening with my mic. I mean, with my headset. But I'm rolling 2 dice, and then I'm gonna reset my sound.
You sound okay to me.
Right. Oh, for the love of God!
Oh, Jesus.
If you fail, the beast bites you again. Gain 1 injury condition.
You have had the dice curse today.
So I don't know where injury conditions come from, but that's
Oh.
next.
He's, I guess, resetting his mic.
All right.
Yeah.
You want me to get it?
I got it. 3. A head injury. All right. Where's Roland?
Roland is in the wilderness, and he's doing some research.
All right. Let's get you a second token.
We would like that.
We're going to
It's
level
only
him up.
taken, what, like 10 rounds?
In the wilderness, you ask a dingy recluse to show you the latest addition to his insect collection. Test influence.
That's not good.
You can do it. See?
okay.
If you pass, he shows you a spider that is practically bursting with arcane energy. Gain this clue.
Hooray. I get a clue.
You get a
Oops.
clue.
And another arcane token.
An
Or
Eldritch token.
Eldritch
Another
token.
Eldritch token. Bringing you to 2 out of 3.
Excellent.
All right, Eric, can I have a otherworld adventure?
Okay. You find yourself in the near future, imprisoned in a compound with hundreds of plague victims.
Well, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. When was this game written? Because a strange orange man saying,
Yeah.
resolve the pass effect to stay among the sick and try to help them, or resolve the fail effect to sneak out. So you can either test will or observation.
Well, I
Will
guess
-1 or observation -1.
I guess I will go with my will -1. I will use my practiced after all and roll 3 dice.
Okay.
I am back. I can hear you guys. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
I will use my clue to re-roll a die. Nope, I'm going to use practice to re-roll that die. And now I'll use a clue to re-roll a die.
It's going so well.
All
This
right.
is killing me. How are we doing so? What mystery, man?
All right. So what happens if I fail?
If you fail, Eric is extremely depressed.
Oh.
If you fail, you succumb to the symptoms, gain 1 illness condition.
All right. Then if you'd be so kind, and I'm going to flip practice to see what happens. Your relentless training regimen has overshadowed all other parts of your life, leaving the pursuits of your younger days to wither on the vine. Choose 1 effect. Discard 1 improvement token, and flip this card, or discard this card.
So discarding the token, I mean, you'd have to get rid of the +2. It's not even like an impair, right?
No,
It's
it would go to the +1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will accept that.
Okay.
You got poisoned, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. Mythos phase?
3.
This is awful.
This is to make up for having a good first session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it went too well.
Okay, advance the omen track.
All right, so we come down to red. Do we have any red
That's
gates?
bad.
We've got
Sure
one.
do.
Hmm?
No, we
We've
got two.
That's we're at 6. That's
Oh,
okay.
No,
About to get worse.
it's not.
Oh.
Monster Surge.
Yeah, so coming out in the heart of Africa will be a Shan and a Wraith, who, when he comes out, when this monster is spawned, the lead investigator gains a cursed condition.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
no.
my God.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that hurts.
unfortunate. That's
And then in Arkham, we get a dimensional shambler. And Jiangxi. All right.
Oh.
And then 2 gates, or 2 clues. 2 clues.
Okay, spawn clue.
One in
Oh, right on there.
Antarctica.
And spawn clue, one runner. We don't need. I don't need clues right now. Oh, that's
oh, it's
not
about to get
fun.
worse. It's about to get
Nah.
worse.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
get-
about
it's-
to get worse. You cannot believe the great gibbering lunatic that was smiling at you. Lucid lawyer you spoke to was the lucid lawyer that you spoke to this morning. Collapsed. His trembling hands indicate an empty world. In an empty air. The worlds collided and the doors collapse. He abruptly pushes himself off the floor and looks out the small window of his cell. But so too will they pull. They will rip and tear new doors elsewhere. Discard each gate that corresponds to the current omen track and advance doom by 1 for each gate.
All right.
We just got 4 doom plopped on us.
Oh. God. And we got cursed. Or I got cursed. Which I'm
Yeah.
not too happy about.
You can go see Rob and he can get that right off you.
Yeah,
though.
I can take care of that for you.
Yeah, well, you're far away.
All right. So, we had a strong
Yeah, but-
start.
Yeah.
We had a good first turn. We got 3 points onto the mystery, and then we stalled a little bit. You know,
I got
but
my clue.
you got your clue.
Yeah.
You made
Yes.
Your clue.
you got 2 Eldritch tokens on your personal story. And the thing is, yes, we lost 4 all at once, but we didn't lose a lot the rest of the game. You know, we had 3 turns. It's not great, but
Could be worse.
it could be worse.
We all have our health. Just like
Hey,
we'd say in
I'm-
real life, we have our health.
Oh, in real life. Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Because
You
I'm
know.
cursed and I'm not happy about that, but yeah.
you know, I'm poisoned. That's not a wonderful thing to have at 4 and 4.
I've got a gaping head wound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, we've had better days.
Roland's afraid.
Yeah, but we're not out of it, and
Yeah.
and you know, Agatha is still on. Like we could figure this out.
Yeah.
We've got a stone tablet. That could be
Yes.
awesome.
Multiple stone tablets, if I recall.
Well, there's one in the reserve.
Oh.
You know, Agatha can pump up. You could get 3 clues on a turn, right?
Yes.
Then
Oh,
rest, use
2.
that shard, solve it that way.
Yeah.
We
that's
got
what I'm saying,
options.
right?
We got
Yes,
options.
of course we do. Yes.
All right. I'd love to know if anyone out there believes me.
Bill believes. I know Bill believes, but he's not here right now. But he believes.
Bill has left by now.
He's had enough. After I blew that roll, he left.
Which roll? We've been blowing a lot of.
What a session! What a session! Oh, someone on our Discord says she believes in us. So we got one vote out there.
There we go.
All right, my friends, thank you so much for treading water with me. No, I think we did okay. We made some progress. Any less thoughts before we wrap up here?
Any less? I couldn't say anything less than that. I have nothing to say. I'm disgusted with the way I rolled tonight. I'll be slapping myself.
This was a game of highs and lows. I swear, it was. You rode high, and then you just got stalled. I mean, getting rid of that rumor was relatively easy. I mean, all the clues appeared under my feet. I mean, they did include under my feet after I left, but still, that was relatively easy. And then the gates, we just couldn't do 1 damage to a Lang Spider.
Yeah, that's all we needed.
Sad. I need a weapon. That was the problem.
Yeah. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, and hopefully, despite the name, next week you will in fact watch us win. I feel good about this. I think we can pull it off.
Me too.
All right, thank you, my friends, for playing with me. I always have a great time getting to do this with you all. Thank you for watching us, both on the stream and on our YouTube channel, The Games and Us. And I look forward to seeing you here again next week. Have a great night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.